What's up, Giants fans? So I had to record. I think this is what I'm gonna do my reactions now for these regular season games. It's currently halftime at Giants at Cowboys. The score is 7-21 in the Dallas Cowboys' favor. And so, I thought to myself, let me get my first half reactions in because there's a lot of stuff that I took away here from this first half. When the Giants opened up, the offense looked good on their first drive. They went 7 for 91 yards and a touchdown. Saquon ran amazingly. The play action pass was working, caught a couple people off guard. Evan Ingram had some nice clutch catches. And then from there on out, basically everything went downhill. Our defense was exposed for the young defense that it is. You know what I mean? Like, Dallas's defense proceeds to play at the top 5 level that they left the last year off of for the next New York Giants, like 3 or 4 possessions. And the Cowboys offense started to click. But it was a mixture of that and our young defense just being exposed. DeAndre Baker looks lost out there. I have no idea why we're starting Antonio Hamilton at slot cornerback. They were picking on him too. And of course the tight ends, both of them, Jarwin and Jason Witten, were out here cutting up the defense. So we all knew heading into this year that the defense was going to be a big problem for us, but I did not expect anything this bad. Not to mention there was a couple of blown calls by the refs. I think there was a 12-man on the field that should have been called. Pat Shurmur was screaming his head off for that to be called, and the refs let it go. Another one was at the end, the new pass interference call, that in which the coaches can challenge basically any pass as a pass interference, and they'd have to review it and whatnot. They did not review it. I found that kind of fishy because that, the whole reason for them creating that rule so that you could call it under 2 minutes and whatnot. But I guess somehow we didn't qualify for it. Another thing that I didn't like is after that first possession where we scored, I don't know what plays Pat Shurmur were calling, but they looked really simple, really one-dimensional. They didn't look like good play calling is what I'm trying to say. Like, we didn't run Barkley that much after that first possession, which reminds me a lot of last year, the Eagles game, where Saquon tore up the Eagles' defense in the first half, but then we didn't run him at all in the second half. I'm getting similar vibes here, but also the passes we were calling, almost all of them were short passes. And I know this is on play calling and not on Eli, because that Hail Mary at the end of the half had more than enough zip on it and more than enough power under it to reach into the end zone at a perfect spot. It wasn't overthrown, wasn't underthrown. So it's the calls, the plays that Pat Shurmur is calling is really weird. He's calling a lot of short passes and a lot of passes that don't go past the sticks. In fact, on our third and fourth possessions when we punted, or it was second and third, they were both on third and long, and there were 5-yard passes was the play that was called. And I'm wondering, why is he doing this, Obviously, not to get into some type of conspiracy theory type of information here, but there are the conspiracy theorists out there that say he's doing this so that his guy Daniel Jones could get in earlier, because the plays he calls for Daniel Jones are completely different than the plays he calls for Eli. But right now at the half, man, we do get the ball back, and unless we score, the game is gone. I mean, part of me thinks that the game is already gone, but we really need to use Saquon more. We only, let me pull it up right here. We only ran him 5 carries, and I guarantee you all those 5 carries were within the first 2 positions. 5 carries for an entire half. That is absolutely atrocious. I want Pat Shurmur to actually use our best player and not lean so heavily on the 16-year-old veteran, the tenured veteran. The Cowboys defense, like I said, they're really good. In terms of number of carries, they got 7, 4, 11, 2, 13 carries, more than double the amount of us, and Dak Prescott has been performing really well with 26 pass attempts, 256 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But I think that's definitely the goal to coming back, making this an even game. It would be our defense needs to step up. I'm not expecting much from them because they're extremely young. A lot of it is built on second-year players and rookies. But our offense, I want Shurmur to call more running plays. Hopefully we do that so the play action pass gets into the game again, and hopefully some passes that go past the sticks. But let's see what happens. I'll be back. Alright, y'all. So I'm back a bit earlier than expected. Jesus Christ, man. The reason I'm back a little bit earlier is because, and if y'all hear any noise in the back, that's the family. They also watching. Also the TV. But I said I need to see 3 things, man. or maybe I didn't say it in that way, but I basically listed off 3 things that need to happen if we're gonna make a comeback. 1, we run the ball. 2, we pass like the sticks, you know. And 3, our defense needs to step up. Only one of those things happened. I was happy to see Eli throwing it past, you know, line of scrimmage and past the sticks, you know, all the passes on that drive down there to get to the field goal were long passes. I was unhappy to see, even though we scored, well, we probably would have gotten a touchdown on that drive if we actually ran the ball. Saquon had like one carry on it. I think it was like a 7-play drive. I don't know what Pat Shurmur is doing, and yes, this is not just on Shurmur. This is a collective failure on Shurmur. A couple of things in the first half were on Eli, but most of all on the defense. Oh my god, I don't know what Shurmur is thinking though with these his play calling has been terrible, to say the least, in my opinion, for the offense. We need to run the ball more. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Right now it's not looking good. It's 28-10. We really need to run the ball more. I don't know why Saquon has like 8 carries. The defense needs to step up. Jesus, terrible coverage on this last scoring drive here where Randall Cobb got the touchdown. Absolutely terrible coverage. We're getting, I won't say good pressure, but better pressure than I expected. We're getting some pressure, but our coverage is terrible. And I mean, part of me expected this because I said it's a young defense. There's going to be growing pains, and we're going up against a playoff caliber team. You're going to see a lot of growing pains, but man, oh man, we really need to get Saquon in the game more. Continue with the change. There's definitely been a change in the passing plan. Continue with that change. Get Saquon involved more. And I don't know what to say about the defense. Just play better. I'll be back again at the end of the game. This time I won't try to jump back in the middle of it, but that's really what we got to look out for, man, if we're trying to win this at all. This game is over, y'all. Listen, to say right now we're in the 4th. It's 35-17. The Cowboys basically have all backups in. You know, it's all second team guys in there. Oh my god, to say I'm disappointed in our performance is a titanic understatement. Jesus Christ, this was a terrible showing. And I'm gonna be emotional. I'm gonna be emotional. I'm not gonna try and analyze too much. I'm gonna give you all my raw feelings about this. Yes, the Cowboys are a playoff team, right? Yes, they're probably one, from a standpoint of who they have on their team, on the depth chart, whatnot, on paper, they're definitely like one of the best in the league. But 35-17, to the point where they're so confident in their win, and they're so confident in the fact that your team is trash that they put in their backups. Come on, man. And there's so many things that I'm angry with. I'm gonna continuously come back to it because on this last drive here where the Giants, got that garbage time score with Wayne Gallman, they use Wayne Gallman more in that drive than they use Saquon in any other drive. I want to say that. The underutilization of your best player and the best running back in the league is something that is unacceptable. The play calling into the 4th quarter, it got better a little bit for the beginning of the 3rd, but the play calling from Pat Shurmur, absolute trash. The defense, I said I expected a bad showing. I don't know how to feel about it yet. This was a bad showing. But Jesus Christ, they were getting cut up. They didn't have the right to give up, and the defense gave up on this team. They don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to give up when you go out there and you stink up the joint. Special teams from the preseason. I said this in the preseason videos. For those of y'all that watch my preseason videos, I said I was worried about special teams, and I was right to be so. Couple penalties, couple, just bad plays. Cody Core, he had a flag on him. I mean, bro, you were supposed to show us some reason as to why the Giants chose you over Alonzo Russell. You did not do that. In fact, you solidified the Russell supporters that want him to still be on his team. You solidified this position. Jesus Christ, man. I'm going to say it again because I know for a fact there's going to be people harping for Eli to be out, for Jones to be in. This is not Eli's fault. This guy played well today. He played good. He gave it his all. For some reason, somehow, some way, the offensive line lost their mojo after that first possession, and they played like last year's offensive line. Shermer was being an absolute moron and forgot that he had Saquon Barkley in the backfield and was calling short passes for basically, let's see here, I want to say 50 minutes of the game. He was calling just short passes. Took him until the fourth to finally get something downfield. Like, come on, man. You're a head coach. You're supposed to be an offensive guru. And this is not the first time it happened. It happened last year, too. The biggest game this happened in was in Philadelphia, where he forgot he had Saquon, and he also forgot how to call plays. Shermer, I don't know what is wrong with you. Are you really, like, it brings this to mind. I mentioned the conspiracy theory things already. Are you trying to sabotage Eli? Are you trying to get DJ in there? Like, because we all want to see DJ, and we all know he's going to go in there. It's a question of when, not if, but it really seems like this dude is out here sabotaging Eli, giving him absolutely nothing to work with. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh my God. And I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but what else is there to say, man? Dak Prescott went out there, cut up our defense, and I stand by my position of by the end of the year, the defense is going to be a lot better than they are today. The growing pains are something I'm going to have to deal with because I still think that it has a lot of potential. But certain changes need to be made. First and foremost, I don't know why Antonio Hamilton was starting. He was trash. Do not start him. Start, I don't know, Grant Haley or Julian Love or Corey Ballantyne, somebody else other than Antonio Hamilton. Second, I want to see Lorenzo Carter and Marcus Golden on the field more. There was a lot of plays where O'Shane and Kareem Martin were out there, like a lot more than I expected. Didn't like that. We need consistent pressure. Third, next week, Shermer, and all weeks from now, I want you to use Saquon Barkley. I want him to have 25 carries a game at least. This is terrible. This is trash. I don't know where you got your playbook from. You need to redo everything, man. Because you do not use the best running back in the league as sparsely as you did today in a game that is as important as this one. We play in the NFL where every single game matters, and this guy is acting as though we're in the NBA where you could throw away a game to experiment with some stuff. Come on. Offensive line, there were definitely parts of this game where y'all flashed and y'all showed amazing protection. I just need y'all to be more consistent. Eli, play how you played today. There was definitely a fire in you, and you could tell he was out there playing for his job too. Like, let's be honest. Let's keep it 100. But past Shermer, and I'm more angry with Shermer because this is something that's been on. I was actually considering doing a video like, Shermer, don't sabotage us. That would be the video where I go back to times in last year that are very similar to what we have today, where it's like Shermer doesn't use Saquon and he calls extremely short passes and passes that don't make sense against the type of defense that we're playing, and that's what happened today. From next week until the end of the season, I want to see him call plays like we did in that Bears game. Call plays like we did in that Redskins game. Call plays like he's doing right now in garbage time to get us downfield and score. And that's all I got to say. I'm angry, guys. You already know it. I don't even know what my next video is going to be because you already know how college is. It might be the Bills preview. It might be some type of analysis of this. But that's what I got for y'all today. Let me know what you all think. Do you agree with the points that I made? You know what I mean? Do you guys think I'm overreacting a little bit, or do you think I'm spot on? I'm out, guys. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Put your comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, I'm out. Yeah.